What's up, y'all? You already know who it is. Your boy JP here. I hope everybody's been enjoying all the Grand Marquis updates, but I'm trying to do as much as possible. If this is your first time here, we got a 1997 Mercury Grand Marquis that I'm trying to customize so we can get this thing show ready. I did the interior light and the enclosure light, and we also did the Stinger Horizon 12. That's a 13-inch tablet radio. Mounted that and molded it, mounted and painted it. Inside the dash, that came out pretty good. Now we have 16 2,000 watt 10s. We need to wire them up and get all them wires ran to the back to the trunk, and then we could finally get the seats into the car. So let's go ahead and get to it. So I don't know if y'all follow me on the other social media platforms, but either way, I'll put out a little poll to see how should I wire the subs up, because we want to make sure we consider all failure possibilities. If one of these back subs blow, we'll need these back two subs to be on the same amp, but I have to take these two subs out in order to get to them subs. So we're going to be wiring up this pair for the amps. That's going to be amp number 1, amp number 2, amp number 3, amp number 4, number 5, number 6, amp number 7, and amp number 8. Now these subs are mounted regularly, so that's not the issue, but these are actually inverted, and since they're inverted, that means that they're mounted upside down so you can see the magnet. But with that being said, we have to figure out what's a good way to get those wires inside the box, and this is what I came up with. My 3D printer, I printed out this little grommet with this little chamfered flange on the top side. Now how I came up with this is I took the measurement of two 10-gauge pairs of speaker wires sandwiched together. We put Teflex on it, we put heat shrink on it, and I measured the overall thickness, and it came out to whatever that hole is right here. Along with laying the blue tape down and finding my middle point, this right here actually cut through it very smooth to where it actually didn't damage anything. We just have a perfect little hole. Now of course it didn't go all the way through because we got about 3 or 4 layers of wood that's going down. So I went and got the same size of paddle bit. I didn't want to use this first because I think it would be too abrasive, but with the hole already drilled, it came out smooth and perfect. So now I can take this part and I can slide down, and you see how close I got that thing to fit. Now what I am going to do is take some epoxy and I'm going to kind of smear it on the side in a light little coat. As you can see, I did it the color beige. I wanted to do beige because I'm real meticulous when it comes to this colorway. I got beige on the top, and then we got the green here. Same thing on the seats, same thing on that, same thing on that. Everything is tan and green, so this is gonna be no different. So I printed out 4 of these. They're gonna go in here, and my thought process is that we'll wire these 2 subs up, put that hole here, do the same thing here, put them here. The 2 pairs of subs that's on the right, we're gonna drill the hole on the right. Now that we got the plan, let's go ahead and start drilling some of these holes. Oh, that thing look good, don't it? Because you got that beige, and then you got that green, and then you got that beige going up against that green. But either way, these gonna be the grommets, like I was saying. Now we do have it glued. While those dry, we want to go ahead and get everything else wired up. If we parallel this one right here, that's gonna drop that dual 4 to 2. And if you take those two 2 ohms and parallel it again, going into that, it's going to be 1 ohm inside the enclosure. I understand that may sound a little confusing, but you already know I'm gonna show you how to do it, so let's get to it. All right, y'all, so you see this is one of my 10s right here. This is a dual 4 ohm sub, which means that this voice coil reads 4 ohms and this voice coil reads 4 ohms. What we're going to do is we're going to take a jumper. This is going to be a pair of speaker wire. This is 10 gauge speaker wire, and we're going to take the positive and negative over here, and we're going to jump that to the positive and negative over here, and that's going to take that dual 4, and the ending resistance is going to be 2 once we get done doing that. All right, so as you can see, now we're at 2 ohms. Now that we've taken this dual 4 down to 2 ohm, we need to do that to all the other 16 subs. Now, with all these individually wired in parallel, they will be 2 ohm. And if you take a 2 ohm and a 2 ohm and parallel it one more time, that will drop that down to 1 ohm. So what I went on ahead and did, just to kind of save some time, I'm gonna need 16 jumpers. So we have 16 jumpers that we already cut up. And that's just going to be long enough to go from one side of the coil to the other side of the coil. And I went on ahead and measured out how long it would take to go from one side of this coil into the little tan grommet that we had made to the 10 gauge wire about midway into the box. And if you think for 1 minute I was just going to leave them wires plain, then you don't know me. Because you already know I got the dark green Tech Flex. This right here dang near matched the color of the car. It definitely matched the color of everything on the inside the car. And we got some green heat shrink, custom heat shrink that I ordered from Wire Care. I didn't use my other guy that I usually use, but this is green with gold print. This finna look, that's just for the wiring. Let me get this together. It's finna look good. Sub wires is going along the back part of the sub, so you don't actually see the wire, but the part that is seen is dressed up real nice. I mean, y'all know how I do anyway. And now if you're actually looking at it through the window, you're gonna see that beige and you're gonna see that gold. That's the reason why I want to do these on the left side and the ones on the right side. So I really just want to show y'all the two to let y'all know what I'm gonna do. For the rest of them, I'm gonna go ahead and wire this stuff up. All right, so I've picked out 4 pairs of speaker wires that's already ran to the back. Now the thing is, all these wires are black wires. So how do we differentiate between what's positive, what's negative? Not only that, we got these wires that's inside the cabin of the car. We also have 6 pairs of wires that's inside the trunk. So how do we know what's what? What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our multimeter and we're going to go to continuity. When the path is complete between point A and point B, this thing is going to beep. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to actually put one wire up here, and then we want to take the other side to our meter inside the trunk, and we want to actually wait till it beeps. This is not going to reach, so what I did is I grabbed a little piece of 18 gauge primary wire, and we're going to just kind of stick it in one of these. We're going to use continuity, and all right, so now this is going to kind of be our extension. Matter of fact, we will tie one end up right here, and we'll run this to the trunk, and we'll just start testing wires until we hear that first beep. It would be easier if when they ran the wires, they actually numbered these like they did on the inside, but they're all just either taped up with black tape, or they're hanging out and they're loose. So we're gonna have to test all of them. Try one of these loose ones. Hey, yes sir. Y'all hear that beat? So we found one. Now that we went on ahead and found that wire, I'll put a little piece of black electrical tape on this one to kind of represent one that we found. I went on ahead and swapped the wire over to the other pair. Let's go ahead and try to test some other ones. And since that one was loose, let's try to test another loose one. Boom! Heck yeah. And we want to wrap these two up. Just like that. And I want to label it number 1, seeing as how this is going to go to amp number 1. Put a small little piece of tape over it like this. We're also going to mark this amp number 1, just like we did on the inside the trunk. My bad, y'all, but my dang phone died trying to get some charge on it. So that's what we're looking like right here. We have it heat shrink individually, and then we went on ahead and tester taped it, and we have it marked right here for amp number 1. So now we get to do that exact same process 7 more times. This is going to be for amp number 2. That's going to be for amp number 3 and amp number 4. We got the heat shrink already ready. We got So what I ended up doing in order to make it easier to mount these subs on the front, we went ahead and just did all the wiring outside the enclosure. So we took the 2 positives and the 2 negatives, crimped them, heat shrunk them just like we did the other side, and we're gonna drag the wire in, zip tie along where we got the other wires kind of screwed into the box. And then we're gonna tie them up on the poles. Already did the other side. And we do have enough wire to bring it all the way out here, which is what I want. That way, if I ever need to swap a sub out, I can bring it all the way out right here. So this is gonna be for amp number 2. We got these 2 for amp number 4. And we just got done doing the speaker wires for amps number 6 and amps number 8. We're gonna go ahead and get all that stuff zip tied up here in a second. All right, y'all, so that's what we're looking like. We got everything kind of cleaned up, all the wires going to the spots where they need to go to. We got everything zip tied, going along the wiring from the trunk to the inside, And we actually have some of the zip ties with the holes in them. So I actually screwed them into the bottom of the enclosure. Did the exact same thing on the other side, as you can tell, and we got everything vacuumed out. The type of screws that we're using the Power Pro T25 Torx head number 10 screws. These are 2 inches long. These are the screws that came inside the enclosure when I picked it up. This right here is the number 10. It's going to be way stronger than this right here. And I'm excited about it. The color said it was supposed to be tan, but they kind of got this little gold color on them, and I ain't mad at that at all. And they look good inside the box. Alright, so with these front 8, the tops got to go in first because it is recessed before we put them in. Done. Finally done. My God. Boy, I tell y'all, that right there was some work. I don't think I ever worked that hard to install subs in my life. But now that we finally done with this, let's go ahead and get to the trunk and test all the pairs of wires and make sure they read 1 ohm. We got all our runs of wire back here to the back. Let's just go ahead and test them and make sure that they test the right resistance. We'll start with amp number 1. All right, that's amp number 2, number 3. And number 4. So all four pairs of speaker wires actually reading anywhere between 0.9 and 1.1, which is what we want. Now that's going to be amps 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go check 5 through 8. That's amp 5. All right. I'll go to amp 7. Perfect. Last amp number 8. Perfect. All right, y'all, that is it. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm really just going to be cleaning up this carpet. I might not even show that. I want to get the seats back in, and I want to actually test it. I'm not going to hook up all 8 amps, but I'm going to wire up 2 amps. So I'll have the top 8 on 1 amp, and I'll have the bottom 8 on another amp. If you guys are entertained by any of these videos, you love the updates, man, make sure you hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, share, a comment if you want to. Till next time, it's your boy JP signing out. God bless y'all. Peace.